Hi everyone! I put out a short last week on the Relove by Revolution Super Serum Foundation, and so many of you were interested in getting some more info on it, so let's dive in. So here's shade F2 of the Super Serum, which I thought was going to be too light but turned out to be the perfect shade match. And here's F4. I originally thought I was going to do a mix of these two, but F4 was just too deep for my skin tone. So going in with a kabuki brush on the left side of my face first, and FYI, you don't need much with this foundation. I put on way too much to start and then had to go back and blend it in, so just a little dab will do ya. Now, this applies so smoothly with either a brush, fingers, or a beauty sponge, but after experimenting with all three, my preference was either fingers or a beauty sponge. Both of those methods I thought really seemed to help it melt into the skin. And what I love about this formula is that it's so thin. It just feels like you're putting on a serum, but it has a surprising amount of coverage and it's really beautiful. And can we talk about the price? I got this for $4.98 at Walmart. It's $4.20 on their website. Unbelievable. I think that's the lowest price I've paid for any foundation I've ever featured on my channel. And I like how it performs better than a lot of way more expensive foundations. So win-win. And speaking of other foundations I like and don't like, in the next few weeks I have the Foundation Lady Awards coming up where I will be sharing the best of the best foundations of 2023. And I'll also be sharing the worst foundations I tried in my 5 foundations I won't be wearing in 2024. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so. And if you have subscribed, I've been getting messages from my subs saying that my videos haven't been popping up in their feed, so they didn't know that I'd been putting them out each week. It's kind of a weird thing that's happening with YouTube now, but if you don't hit that little bell to alert you that I have a new video out, then YouTube won't always put it in your feed. So make sure to click that little bell so you don't miss any videos. Oh, and before I forget, I also purchased the Relove by Revolution Baby Gloss in the shade Glam, which I'll show you at the end. It comes in this teeny tiny tube, but honestly, I prefer it because I never get completely through a gloss before it goes bad, so I'm happy buying a smaller amount and paying a smaller price. I actually wish more companies would do this with their lip gloss. So because of the moisture content of this foundation, it does take a while to dry down, and be aware that it does oxidize, so keep that in mind when selecting your shade. As far as longevity goes, I was really impressed with this. Around the 8-hour mark, it started to fade a bit in the areas where I didn't powder, like my cheeks. But for me, it didn't get patchy or cakey as it wore. It just kind of sank into the skin and faded. As for who this foundation will be best for, I have reviewed both the L'Oreal Serum Foundation and the Maybelline Serum Foundation. I'll link both of those videos below. They are both excellent foundations, but if you felt like those foundations were a little drying for you, or even if they weren't drying, but you just wish they had a little extra kick of moisture added to them, then I think you will love this one. It's very normal to dry skin friendly. If you have oily skin, I think you can pull this one off with a primer, but if you're very oily, I would suggest that you skip this one and go with either the L'Oreal or Maybelline serum, as they're going to work better with your skin type. The only thing I don't like about this foundation is the dropper style bottle. They just get too messy, but small price to pay for a great affordable foundation. As I finish up my application here, I wanted to ask if anyone else was able to hit the Cyber Monday sales online at Sephora or Ulta. I was so excited to stock up on some new foundations to review in the new year. But if you hit the sales, I'd love to know if you purchased any foundation. Oh, and here were a couple of funny things I caught while I was online shopping. First, this is the Pure, I think it's the Love Your Selfie foundation, which people have been telling me forever is so good, and I've been wanting to get it for a long time. But clearly, I'm gonna have to go to the store to swatch it because this was the picture of the swatches. See anything wrong with this? No reference whatsoever as to what these shades are. They just put the foundation on the arm, and I guess you get to guess what the shades are. So I don't know why that made me laugh, because it reminded me of those whole like you had one job thing to do. And this wasn't quite as funny, but it blew my mind. This is the Clinique Even Better makeup, and it's regularly $36, but it's on sale now for $24.50. When I worked at Clinique, the actual price was $24.50. That was like several years ago now, but it just blew my mind how quickly prices go up. So I don't know. I probably sound old by saying that, but it blew my mind. Anyway, thanks for sticking around and having some fun with me today. I appreciate you so much. I'm sending you love, and stick around. I'll give you all the information you need about this foundation. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you soon.